Here are Grandpa's 37 vinegar hacks you didn't know worked. Clean battery terminals. Corroded battery terminals. Vinegar clears them right up. Disconnect the battery, then dip a cloth or old toothbrush in white vinegar and scrub the terminals thoroughly. The acetic acid in vinegar breaks down corrosion and mineral buildup, restoring clean contact. Rinse with water and dry before reconnecting. Grandpa always had a jug in the garage just for this, and his truck never hesitated to start. Once the battery's running strong, it's time to turn vinegar's power toward the dinner table. Tenderize meat. Make even tough cuts juicy with vinegar. Mix a quarter cup of white vinegar with oil and your favorite herbs or spices to create a marinade. Pour it over your meat and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes or up to 24 hours for thicker cuts. The vinegar gently breaks down muscle fibers, leaving the meat tender and flavorful after cooking. It's an age-old trick that works every time. And if you got leftovers, there's a tangy trick to keep them just as tasty. Preserve leftover brisket with mop sauce. Leftover brisket doesn't have to dry out. Reheat it in a pan with a splash of vinegar-based mop sauce to bring back the moisture and flavor. The acidic base adds tang while helping keep the meat tender. Grandpa swore by this after every big cookout. It kept every bite just as good the next day. Heat low and slow, covered until warmed through. And once the grill's cooled and cleaned, there's another place that needs vinegar's help outdoors. Remove mildew from sheds. Fight mildew naturally with white vinegar. Pour full-strength white vinegar into a spray bottle and apply it directly to the affected wood, plastic, or metal surfaces in your shed. Let it sit for an hour, then scrub with a stiff brush and rinse. Vinegar's antifungal properties kill mildew and stop regrowth, all without harsh chemicals. It's a backyard fix that gets real results. Once the shed's smelling fresh again, you might want to prep for the next fire the old school way. Homemade fire starter wipes. Need a reliable way to light a fire? Soak paper towels or cotton pads in a mixture of vinegar and a few drops of cooking oil, then let them dry completely. Store in a sealed container or bag. When lit, the oil fuels the flame, and the vinegar-soaked fibers burn slowly. Perfect for grills, fire pits, or camping trips. They're portable, cheap, and chemical-free. Grandpa always had a stash ready by the woodpile, just in case. Lubricate hinges. Stop a squeaky hinge with a splash of vinegar. Soak a cloth in white vinegar and rub it generously onto the hinge, making sure to work it into the pin and joints. For stubborn squeaks, remove the hinge pin, soak it in vinegar for 10 to 15 minutes, then wipe clean and reinsert. The vinegar breaks down grime and rust, helping the metal move smoothly again. It's a quiet fix that takes just minutes. And while you're already in maintenance mode, turn your attention to the bathroom. Clean shower heads. Mineral buildup slowing your shower spray. Fill a plastic bag with white vinegar, tie it around the shower head, and let it soak for a few hours or overnight. Remove the bag and scrub with a brush or toothbrush to loosen any remaining residue. The vinegar dissolves limescale and restores strong, even water flow. It's one of those fixes that feels like a full upgrade. And speaking of clean, let's talk about scrubbing something off your hands, not your fixtures. Remove spray paint from hands. Get spray paint off your skin without harsh chemicals. Pour a bit of white vinegar onto a paper towel or cloth and rub the stained areas. Let it sit for a minute or two, then scrub with soap and warm water. The vinegar helps loosen the paint bonds, making it easier to wash off. It's a gentle solution that won't dry out your hands. With your skin paint-free, there's another polish job you can pull off with the same bottle. Polish brass shell casings. Restore shine to tarnished brass the easy way. In a bowl, mix equal parts white vinegar and water. Then add a teaspoon of salt. Drop in the brass casings and let them soak for 30 to 60 minutes. Remove, scrub gently with a soft brush, and rinse well. The vinegar and salt combo dissolves oxidation, leaving the brass gleaming. Dry thoroughly to prevent spotting. Once everything's polished, it's time for a trick that keeps your bathroom mirror clear from the very first shower. Prevent shower fog. Keep your mirror from steaming up with a quick vinegar wipe down. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water, spray it on the mirror, and wipe clean with a soft cloth or paper towel. The vinegar leaves behind a clear, invisible film that resists fogging for several days. It's perfect for mornings when you need to see your reflection right after a hot shower. Clean firearm parts. Grandpa said that you can keep your firearm in top shape with a vinegar soak. Disassemble the metal components and place them in a shallow container filled with white vinegar. Let them soak for 30 minutes. Then scrub with a soft brush or cloth to remove carbon buildup and residue. Rinse thoroughly with water and dry completely before applying lubricant. The vinegar breaks down grime and powder fouling without harsh solvents. Once your gear is clean and reliable, it's time to tackle another stubborn buildup from your morning routine. Descale kettle. Hard water leaves behind mineral deposits, but vinegar makes cleanup simple. Fill your kettle with equal parts white vinegar and water, then bring it to a boil. Turn it off and let the mixture sit for 30 minutes, allowing the vinegar to dissolve limescale inside the kettle. Rinse well, then boil a full kettle of plain water to flush any remaining vinegar scent. It's clean, refreshed, and ready to brew again. And speaking of brewing, cleanliness matters even more when it comes to your next batch. Sanitize beer brewing gear. Sanitation is key to great home-brewed beer, and vinegar can help. Soak bottles, tools, and tubing in a mixture of 1 part white vinegar to 3 parts hot water for at least 10 minutes. Rinse thoroughly with clean water before use. The vinegar's acidity kills bacteria and mold without adding unwanted chemicals to your setup. It's a homebrew essential you likely already have. Once your gear's sanitized, it's time to turn vinegar's strength toward the garage floor. Clean concrete floors. Remove stains and freshen up dull concrete with vinegar. Mix 1 part white vinegar to 2 parts water. Pour it over stained spots and let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Scrub with a stiff broom or brush, then rinse with clean water. The vinegar breaks down grease, mildew, and dirt, leaving a cleaner surface without harsh chemicals. Use it for garages, patios, or basements. And once the floor is spotless, there's one final edge you'll want razor sharp again. Sharpen blades prep. Before sharpening your knives or tools, give them a vinegar prep soak. Wipe down each blade, then soak the metal in white vinegar for 10 minutes to loosen rust or residue. Scrub gently with steel wool or a cloth, then dry thoroughly. This primes the blade for smoother, more effective sharpening. Vinegar clears the surface so your whetstone or sharpener can do its job better. Once prepped and polished, your blades are ready for action. And so is the next hack in line. Deodorize work boots. Knock out tough odors in your boots with a vinegar spray. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water in a spray bottle and lightly mist the inside of each boot. Let them air out overnight. The vinegar kills odor-causing bacteria and neutralizes lingering smells without masking them. For extra power, sprinkle in baking soda after the spray dries. Fresh boots make a big difference after a long day. And now that your gear smells better, it's time to make something else shine bright. Polish chrome surfaces. Bring chrome back to life with a quick vinegar wipe. Spray full-strength white vinegar onto faucets, fixtures, or bike parts, then wipe clean with a soft cloth. For stubborn spots, let the vinegar sit for a few minutes before buffing. The acid in vinegar dissolves mineral buildup and water spots, restoring that smooth, mirror-like finish. It's a satisfying shine with zero effort. Once your chrome is gleaming, there's another metal in the shed that could use the same kind of attention. Rust remover for tools. Vinegar works wonders on rusty hand tools. Submerge the affected tools in undiluted white vinegar and let them soak for 12 to 24 hours, depending on the rust level. Remove, scrub with a wire brush, and rinse clean. The vinegar's acidity breaks down rust and corrosion, revealing clean metal beneath. Dry thoroughly and coat with a light oil to prevent future rust. With your tools restored, it's time to give some love to another kitchen staple built for durability. Restore cast iron pans. Strip rust and residue from cast iron with a vinegar soak. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water in a container and submerge the pan for 1 to 2 hours. Check often. Don't oversoak. Scrub with steel wool, rinse thoroughly, and dry completely. Re-season the pan by rubbing it with oil and baking it in the oven. The vinegar dissolves oxidation, giving old pans new life. Now that your cookware is ready, it's time to turn vinegar back toward the cutting board. Tenderize meat. Vinegar doesn't just clean. It transforms tough cuts into juicy bites. Combine a 1/4 cup white vinegar with oil, garlic, and herbs to make a simple marinade. Pour over your meat and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes or longer for thicker cuts. The vinegar's acid breaks down connective tissue, making meat more tender and flavorful. Once it hits the pan or grill, the difference is clear. Clean windshield wipers. Streaky windshield? Your wipers might just need a vinegar refresh. Dampen a cloth with white vinegar and wipe along the rubber edge of each wiper blade, top to bottom. This removes dirt, oil, and residue that keep the blades from making full contact. Clean blades mean a clearer view, especially in rain. Do this every few weeks for best results. With your vision sharp on the road, let's bring that same freshness to where you prep your food. Sanitize butcher block. Keep your butcher block clean and food safe with vinegar. After wiping away crumbs, spray undiluted white vinegar directly onto the surface and let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Wipe clean with a damp cloth. The vinegar naturally kills bacteria and deodorizes without damaging the wood. For stains, sprinkle on baking soda before spraying. It's a safe, chemical-free way to care for your cutting surface. Once the kitchen's in order, there's another grill-related job that vinegar handles like a champ. Clean barbecue grates. Tackle greasy grill grates with vinegar and foil. Heat the grill slightly, then turn it off. Spray white vinegar directly onto the warm grates and let it sit for a few minutes. Then ball up a piece of aluminum foil and scrub the grates clean. The vinegar breaks down grease and char, while the foil acts as a disposable scrubber. No wire brushes needed. Once your grill's spotless, your car could use a little attention. Starting with what's sticking to the surface, remove tree sap from car. Tree sap on your car? Soak a cloth in white vinegar and lay it over the sap spot for 3 to 5 minutes. Gently rub in circles to lift the residue, then rinse with water and dry with a clean towel. The vinegar softens and dissolves the sticky sap without harming your paint. No scrubbing, no damage. Just a smooth, clean surface. With the exterior cleaned up, there's one more spot up front you'll want to shine next. Clean car headlights. Foggy headlights reduce visibility, but vinegar clears them fast. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water in a spray bottle and apply to the headlight lens. Scrub gently with a sponge or soft cloth, focusing on cloudy areas. Rinse and dry. For tougher grime, sprinkle a bit of baking soda on the lens before spraying. According to Grandpa, the vinegar's acidity cuts oxidation and buildup, bringing back clarity. Clear lights, safer drives, and plenty more clever tricks left under the hood. Degrease engine parts. Vinegar tackles built-up grime under the hood with ease. Mix equal parts white vinegar and water in a spray bottle and coat greasy engine components thoroughly. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, then scrub with a brush or cloth to lift the residue. Wipe clean with a damp rag and dry the surface completely. The acetic acid in vinegar breaks down grease without damaging metal. Once your engine looks like new, turn your attention to the next smoke-heavy spot that needs freshening. Deodorize smoker. After a long cook, your smoker can hold on to stubborn odors. Spray the inside walls and grates with full-strength white vinegar, letting it sit for 15 minutes to break down grease and smoke residue. Wipe everything clean with a damp cloth and leave the lid open to air out. The vinegar naturally eliminates odors and disinfects surfaces. Keeping your smoker clean means better tasting food. Now that the smoke has cleared, there's a rusted challenge that needs loosening. Fix a stuck bolt. Vinegar helps loosen bolts that refuse to budge. Soak a cloth in white vinegar and wrap it tightly around the stuck bolt, allowing it to sit for 15 to 30 minutes. For direct application, pour vinegar onto the threads and let it penetrate. The acid dissolves rust and corrosion, making the metal easier to turn. A few cranks later, and the bolt gives way. With that problem solved, it's time to clear away the scent from your last seafood dinner. Neutralize fish smell. Vinegar removes lingering fish odors in the kitchen and on your hands. For the air, simmer a pot with 1 part vinegar and 2 parts water on low heat for 10 to 15 minutes. The steam helps neutralize odor-causing compounds in the air. To remove the smell from your hands, rub them with vinegar, rinse, then wash with soap and water. Fresh air and clean hands feel like a reset. With things smelling better, there's one more place in the house that always benefits from vinegar's power. Clean toilet bowl. Vinegar offers a natural, powerful toilet bowl cleaner. Pour 1 to 2 cups of white vinegar directly into the bowl and let it sit for 30 to 60 minutes to break down stains and eliminate odors. Scrub with a toilet brush and flush for a fresh, clean finish. For tougher spots, sprinkle in baking soda before scrubbing. The acidity kills bacteria and leaves behind a spotless surface. A cleaner toilet leads to a cleaner home, and the next fix takes vinegar right back to the basics. Neutralize pet urine odor. Vinegar takes care of pet messes quickly and effectively. Blot up as much of the urine as possible, then pour a mixture of equal parts white vinegar and water directly onto the spot. Let it soak for 5 to 10 minutes. Then blot dry with a clean towel. Once dry, sprinkle baking soda over the area and vacuum after an hour. The vinegar neutralizes the odor-causing compounds and breaks down the ammonia. After handling the floors, it's time to refresh something soft that's lost its snap. Deodorize towels. Over time, towels can trap musty odors even after washing. Pour 1 cup of white vinegar directly into the drum of your washing machine and run a hot cycle without detergent. Follow with a second wash using detergent only. The vinegar dissolves residue and bacteria, restoring softness and freshness. Towels come out fluffier and cleaner. With the laundry revived, there's a clever flavor twist vinegar can add to your next simmering pot. Add to chili or stew for punch. A splash of vinegar at the end of cooking enhances the depth of soups, chilies, and stews. Stir in 1 to 2 teaspoons of white or apple cider vinegar just before serving. It brightens flavors, balances richness, and sharpens the overall taste. The acidity brings out the best in beans, tomatoes, and meats without overpowering the dish. A small dash makes a big impact. From kitchen magic to plumbing help, vinegar moves from stove to sink next. Unclog drains. For slow or clogged drains, Grandpa would use vinegar and baking soda to do the trick. Pour half a cup of baking soda into the drain, followed by 1 cup of white vinegar. Cover the drain and let the fizzing reaction work for 10 to 15 minutes. Rinse with boiling water to flush everything down. The reaction loosens grime, grease, and mild blockages. Once the pipes are flowing smoothly, there's an old tool in the shed ready for a second chance. Revive old paintbrushes. Stiff, dried paintbrushes don't have to be tossed. Soak the bristles in warm white vinegar for 30 minutes to an hour, then rinse and gently comb through the fibers. For heavy buildup, heat the vinegar before soaking. The vinegar softens dried paint and restores flexibility to the bristles. Clean, pliable brushes are ready for another coat. Now that your tools are fresh, it's time to boost what you're already using in your weekly wash. Boost laundry detergent. Add vinegar to your laundry routine for cleaner, brighter clothes. Pour half a cup of white vinegar into the fabric softener compartment during the rinse cycle. It helps break down detergent residue, softens fabric, and neutralizes odors. Clothes come out feeling fresher and looking brighter without buildup. No need for extra products. With the laundry boosted, it's time to bring that clarity and care to the front of your ride. Restore wiper blades. Worn wiper blades can often be revived with vinegar. Dampen a cloth with white vinegar and thoroughly wipe the rubber edge of each blade. This removes grime and residue, helping the blades make better contact with the windshield. Let them dry fully before using. It's a quick tune-up that improves visibility and extends blade life. Remove sticker residue from surfaces. Sticker residue can be stubborn, but vinegar breaks it down with ease. Its acetic acid dissolves the adhesive, making cleanup simple. Soak a cloth or sponge in undiluted vinegar and press it onto the sticky area for a minute. Gently rub the residue away with the cloth or a scraper. Rinse the surface with warm water and dry thoroughly. This hack works well on glass, plastic, and other smooth surfaces. Relieve sunburn pain. Sunburn relief is possible just by using vinegar. Its cooling and anti-inflammatory properties soothe the skin while balancing its pH to promote healing. Mix 1 part vinegar with 3 parts. Cool water in a bowl. Soak a soft cloth in the solution and gently apply it to the sunburned area. Leave it on for 10 to 15 minutes. Then remove and moisturize. Repeat as needed to ease discomfort and prevent peeling for healthier skin recovery. Treat dandruff naturally. Did you know that vinegar can be a natural remedy for dandruff? Its acidity reduces scalp irritation and eliminates dandruff-causing bacteria and fungus. Mix 1 part vinegar with 1 part water in a spray bottle. After shampooing, Spritz the solution onto your scalp and massage gently. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes, then rinse thoroughly with water. Use this rinse weekly for long-term results. Adding a few drops of tea tree oil can enhance its effectiveness. Treat athlete's foot. Athlete's foot can be relieved with the help of vinegar. Its antifungal properties kill the fungus causing the infection while soothing itchy, irritated skin. Mix 1 cup of apple cider vinegar with 2 cups of warm water in a basin. Soak your feet for 20 minutes daily and dry them thoroughly afterward. For additional relief, apply a diluted solution of vinegar and water directly to affected areas using a cotton ball. Consistent use can improve symptoms and prevent recurrence. Kill weeds in the garden. Grandpa said that weeds can be controlled naturally with the help of vinegar. Its high acidity damages plant cells, causing the weeds to wither and die. Pour undiluted vinegar into a spray bottle and apply it directly to the weeds, avoiding surrounding plants. Apply on a sunny day for best results, as the sun enhances the vinegar's effectiveness. Reapply every few days until the weeds are gone. For stronger action, mix the vinegar with a teaspoon of salt before spraying. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.